What's up, guys? It's your friendly neighborhood creative problem solver, Mapalo Msonda here. Last time I had a quick chat about criticism in my previous working title episode, and as usual, I reached out to a couple more friends to talk about what their views are on criticism, and this time around, I pulled all the stops and I even went as far as asking a professional psychotherapist on how criticism works and how to handle it and what its role is in people's lives. So this is definitely the big one. We finally made it to the big leagues, guys. We've done it. So listen to it. This is it. Let's go.
So personally, I think there are two major factors that make criticism difficult in the creative industry. The first thing is that creative work is subjective. So just because someone says, hey, I don't like your work, or hey, I don't get it, it doesn't always mean that that work isn't good. And secondly, as creators, we often get attached to our work. It's like our work is an extension of us because we put in so much heart and soul when we're creating something. So when someone comes in and criticizes our work, we often feel like we're the ones being attacked and not our work. So that separation is often tricky. But what I believe is there's criticism that can help you grow, and there's criticism that can actually stunt your creative growth. And as you mature in the creative industry, you learn to distinguish the two. The most important thing is that you keep growing, you keep creating work that you love, and you just realize that your work will never be above reproach. There'll always be someone to criticize your work. But if you're doing what you love and you're putting in your best, it ceases to matter.
There's a need to differentiate between commissioned work and work that you just do to express yourself. So when you're commissioned to do work, there are instances where you're designing stuff for client maybe who doesn't even understand what they want, or they don't even understand the accent or theme of what their presentation should look like. Or because mostly creatives or artists, each time they lay their hands on any piece of work, it feels like giving birth to a child. And you know how people are so protective about their children. You don't want anything bad or anything to harm your child. So if you are to survive and you have to maintain clients, you need to understand how to handle commissioned work and artwork that you just do for fun to express yourself or to practice a skill or an effect or how to do something when you're practicing. You need to differentiate commissioned work and artwork that's done when you're inspired by the muse of art.
There's genuine and just, fake criticism. So for fake criticism, I don't even pay attention to those naysayers because they're basically just hating on your work, Yeah, but for genuine criticism, I know it comes in different ways. There's some that's more on the positive side and there's some that's more on the negative side. But all in all, I mean, it's been helpful in a way that it's shaped who I am as a creative, and it's helped me become even better in terms of skill-wise. So yeah, I think that's how criticism has gotten to function in my journey as a creative.
Because of my family background and the industry that I work in, I find that criticism is usually an act of love, because we're always trying to raise the standard and we're always trying to make sure that we're at our best. So growing up, the people that would criticize me were people that cared a lot about me and what I was doing. So I take it in stride. So coming from the right person, criticism is a building tool instead of a breaking down tool.
I'll share this in the context of therapy. There's an exercise we do in therapy when talking about self-awareness especially, and we use a working tool which we call the Johari window. So the Johari window is an opportunity to reflect on criticism, either good or bad. We can call it positive or negative criticism. So with that exercise, the one thing we learn or we try to explore is that the more feedback you get from people, the more you know yourself. Now, this feedback we get from people is not consistent with what we want to hear always. So criticism will always come, and how you take it is very important. I usually say when I'm having client sessions based on the Johari window, that a person who denies feedback, who is not comfortable with criticism, usually deprives themselves of an opportunity to grow. It's only when you hear feedback from people, that's when you know areas of strength and areas of weaknesses. As more areas of weaknesses are being exposed, your job is to work on those areas of weaknesses and turn them into strength. Therefore, you are going to have weaknesses, but very minimal weaknesses. This is going to make you a very attractive person to relate to.
So there we have it, a lovely list of people from across different industries, different fields, giving their 2 cents on criticism. And I just want to thank everyone that participated. Thank you so much to those that I reached out to who couldn't participate because they were either too busy or had other commitments. I'm sure we'll get to hear from you soon. As for me, we'll see what happens as we keep going. So I intend to keep making more of these, and you can check out the other videos on my page and on my YouTube and on my Instagram. All the videos will be first uploading to YouTube, then I'll be taking them to the other social media sites. Until next time, peace.